Welcome to Stay
and Slay
with Mel.
and Chrissy.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy almost February.
Yeah, we're posting this on the last day of January?
Yeah.
Well, we made it.
We made it.
We made it to January.
We did lie about our comeback date.
Yeah, no one said anything.
Nobody cared.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I had an emergency.
Yeah, it was a health emergency.
Yeah.
We're okay, though.
It happens.
We're just girls, literally.
Okay.
We're just girls.
As you can see, we're in a new setting today. New year, new setting. That doesn't mean that we're going to be here.
We're always going to be somewhere new.
We'll always be somewhere new. But
until we get signed.
I feel...
Alex Cooper.
Yeah.
Bingo card.
Yeah, then we'll have a studio for sure. I feel like 2025 New Year's resolutions felt different than ever before. And I feel like that's with kind of us like turning 24 and just like 2025 is such a staple number.
It's like a statement for sure. I agree because normally I don't believe in resolutions or like spend time making any because I think you can do that at any point of the year.
Yeah.
But there was something about it this year that it felt more of like a powerful like movement thing that like everyone was doing together almost.
Yeah.
Like with the bingo card trend and like I feel like everyone's been really supportive of everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Which like just makes you want to join. Makes you want to join.
I agree.
Yeah. What's on your 2025 bingo card?
I think last year I made it my resolution to prioritize my peace, and I did.
Right.
And I think this year I want to learn how to maintain that.
Maintain the peace.
Because
that's cute. That's like really cool.
I've found a way to kind of like calm the inside of my brain, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I want to learn how to just like project that energy into everyone else.
Yeah.
In my life. So I think that's my main goal. And I think also just getting 10K steps a day and
slay.
Just eating better and right for my body because I have IBS. So if you struggle with IBS, it's just not worth it anymore to eat junk food. Occasionally, it's great, but
I'll be thinking about you.
Thank you. What are yours?
I like kind of agree. Like I feel like last year I was like making my peace, you know, like I was forming it and crafting it and like cutting things out.
Yeah.
And this past month, and not that like the new year changed anything, but I feel like I've just been like aware that like I'm really loving the people I'm around. And that's like a cool feeling. Like it excites me to like actually like who I'm spending time with and like nobody's making me feel bad about myself or like just whatever it is. Like I totally feel that. And like I want that to stay like forever.
Learn to, I don't know, what's
that?
Like,
whatever that is.
Whatever it is to be like at an equilibrium.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, life is hard, you know?
Exactly. Life is hard.
It has its ups and downs and it ebbs and flows.
I also think I just have realized it's okay to disconnect from people and from things when you need to.
Right.
When I travel, I feel like I disconnect sometimes. Not like intentionally. And that's probably just because you're busy.
You want to be in the moment when you travel. You don't want to be on your phone.
Yeah. Like time change and stuff too. But I don't know. I feel like if you need a moment to like be in your own world and kind of like, you know, just enjoy life in that moment, it's okay to take a step back from work or from whatever that's kind of like stressing you out or your everyday.
I think that has a lot to do with like maintaining your peace too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a piece of the piece.
Yeah. It all circles back.
I actually made like a bingo card.
Oh yeah.
Because I just thought it was such a fun like trend and there's just like a lot on there.
I think traveling alone is kind of like a survival skill almost, because when you do it multiple times, obviously, if you have to or whatever, you'll just run into issues. But I think that it's a great experience and great life skill to be able
Yeah.
to do, because in life, you're not going to be able to just always rely on other people.
Right, and always have like somebody with you.
Yeah. And you can get stuck or you can get lost or something can happen to you where you might be alone and you need to have those like survival skills to figure it out. And obviously, like maybe that's like a psycho way of thinking, but that's how I think. And
I mean, I
I don't
think
know.
it's definitely a great experience and you can definitely learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
But
Or like if if you don't want to take a flight by yourself yet, maybe like, I don't know, go take a day trip somewhere.
right, and I feel like it's just bound to happen where at some point in your life you're gonna have to travel somewhere alone.
Yeah.
Whether you're
Yeah.
meeting somebody there, like there's gonna be a moment where like you're gonna be on a plane by yourself. Or you're
Yeah.
gonna be on a train by yourself, like whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Speaking of traveling,
Yeah.
we are back from our travel hiatus.
We're back.
We're back.
We had a long break.
A long break.
I think that breaks are good.
I think so too. Especially when no one's watching.
Yeah.
Just
There's
kidding.
that.
We do love our silent viewers.
We do. We have a lot of episodes. We have a lot of content, and we've been doing this for almost a year now.
I feel like we've touched a lot of lives too.
We have, and I think
Not to be like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like we've helped a lot of people.
but
And
I
that
think
was the goal.
yeah. And you know what? Like I don't know about you, but I'm proud of myself for just doing this.
Right.
In general, because I think I had a big fear before of like being on the internet.
Sometimes I still do. Not a fear,
I do
but
too,
a
yeah.
fear more like a cringe, like not even a fear.
Yes.
It's more like,
I'm just like, okay, like I hate this sometimes, but
Right.
I feel like I'm destined to do this.
that's so real. I got scared it wasn't going again.
Yeah.
That's so real because like it can be a lot sometimes to like know that like anyone could just watch all these videos
Yeah.
and know everything about us. Like
Yeah.
it is a lot because we get pretty deep and like
We do. And
well, I don't know. I also at the same time like if we don't make it, like I think Billy will. Like I have so
Billy
much
will
faith.
for sure.
Like Billy's the best thing that came out of this.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly.
Like, he's our man.
We'll keep making Billy content.
Yes, Billy forever.
Billy forever.
Billy.
Yeah, how were your travels?
Well-
What was your peach and pit of your travel?
Peach and Pit. Wow, that's different.
Like one good, one bad.
I don't know if there was a bad. Probably the weather, because I went to Arizona the last week of December, but
Yeah.
I knew people that went like a couple weeks before me, and they're like, "Oh, bring your shorts, like it's gonna be hot."
Yeah.
And like there were times where I was sweaty, but I wasn't hot. I was kind of chilly, so like I didn't pack for the weather. I guess like I just assumed like, it was gonna be warmer. So I guess that would be my pit.
Okay.
And then my peach, I don't know. It was a whole week that I was there, like Friday to Friday.
Yeah.
Which honestly might be too long of a vacation for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it just got to a point where we ran out of things to do, but we did make the most of it. Like we found things to do, and which was fun. I also did go for like my first hike, I guess. It wasn't hard at all. It was like 5 minutes to get up there.
Yeah.
But like I did that and I Ubered there by myself because I met up with people there and I've never Ubered alone, which was
Swag.
cool. Look at me go.
Yeah. Doing things alone.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good. And it's been a while. I kind of forgot that I even went to Arizona.
Yeah.
The cacti were really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
the big
cactus.
ones. I went. If you ever go to Phoenix, you should go to the botanical garden
I've never been to Arizona.
because you would love the garden. It was just hours of cactus. Like
Yeah.
you walked in cactus everywhere. So, and the juice there was really good. I'm on a hunt for good juice in Illinois.
I know. There really isn't one.
Like, please come this way. Come to the Midwest. It's like a West Coast thing.
Yeah,
I love juice.
definitely.
Tell us about how you left America.
Yeah,
She went
so
international.
I went very far away from home. I went to Asia and I hit Japan and China. And I was in Japan for 2 days. And that was great. We ended up staying at an Airbnb and it was so spacious, so beautiful. It was in the center of like all the vintage shopping, in the center of like all the. So, Tokyo, if you compare it to Chicago, it's like Chicago has like Wicker Park and Logan Square and River North. It's like Tokyo has like Shibuya
Yeah.
and Shinjuku and whatever.
Oh my gosh, stop. She speaks the language.
So we're staying around. We were staying in a little town called Koenji,
Aw.
and it was so nice, and I loved it. I did get sick on the plane though. It was horrible. I
This is your
literally,
pit.
this is my pit of the trip. I don't know what happened because like my first leg of my trip I was fine, and then the last like 10 hours on the flight I was just like throwing up. I think it was the food. I don't know. Or I don't know if I got like a bug. I don't know.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because it
That's,
was like
the worst place to have a flu. You know, like if you have the stomach
yeah,
flu.
and it wasn't like
But
anxiety,
also, no
you
one
know.
got sick, right? None of the
No.
one you were with got sick.
No, so it's like I
So,
don't know.
like, but maybe you were nervous about like traveling over the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was like I have gotten sick from my anxiety and it's like I'll throw up like once or twice and then I feel better. This was like I was legit like
That's crazy that no one else was throwing up.
I was like legit sick.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it was horrible. So, but whatever. It took me, so that kind of sucked because it took me like the first day I was like pretty rough, but we actually saw my aunt that lives in Japan. So that was really cool to just like see her in her city and just have her like talk about her experiences there. She took us to one of her favorite restaurants. It was actually an Italian place, which my
Yeah.
parents were joking because they're like, why are you eating Italian when you're in Japan? But I'd love to go back there because I feel like I didn't really experience the food like how I could have. But luckily I recovered because once we got to China, it was very like go, go, go. And the food is just like crazy there. So my stomach was like better at that point. Yeah, I spent 2 days in Wuhan and 3 days in Beijing.
Amazing.
Yep. And
And
China.
you saw the Great Wall.
Yeah, China pleasantly surprised me. Wuhan I thought would be like a industrial type of town. Like a business campus type town, but it was like a beautiful city with like tall buildings and lights. It was so like vibrant.
Wow.
And it had a river and a bridge and
Doesn't
everything.
it like remind you? I feel like people say it's like kind of like New York, or is that Tokyo?
Maybe that's Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
One thing that's really cool in Japan, the culture there is so insane. Like the US could never.
Right.
Like when you're on an escalator, everyone's on the left so that people can pass if they want to pass.
Oh,
There's
okay.
when you're on the train, like no one's talking on the train. Like you can't be
Wow.
loud on the train.
Wow.
There was not one car horn. Like in the city of Tokyo, I did not hear a car horn.
Well, that's cool.
People won't bump
'Cause
into
I hate when people
you.
honk their horn.
Yeah. And then it was funny because like the second we get to China, we like hear a car horn.
Yeah.
China's not like that at all.
Wow, that's insane.
But China is like obviously very hospitable and you know and I obviously was with work, so I was
Right.
in like nice areas. But yeah, it was really cool. The Great Wall was awesome.
Yeah, I heard it's like goes on forever.
Oh yeah, like we didn't
Like,
even see the whole thing.
okay,
There's
so
no way to see the
how
whole
long were you
thing.
there?
So, fun fact, the Great Wall of China is actually how long it is could cover all 50 states of the United States.
Wow, so it's really great.
Like that's how long it is.
Wow.
And we went down the slide. Like we went up on a ski lift
Okay.
and we like walked it, whatever. Like it's like hard.
Oh,
And
it's probably like hiking.
yeah, and then we went down this slide. It was so fun.
Oh my
The
God, I
longest
wanna
slide
go.
in Asia,
I love slides.
according to our driver, Mr. Shi.
Aw. No, I love slides.
But yeah, it was a great time. And I would love to go back. And I'm so grateful that I got to go because I would never
You not no one.
go to
Right.
China.
I mean,
You
not
know,
no one, but like that's a rare
it's
opportunity.
you have to get a visa to go, and it's
Right.
it's a lot of work to do all that paperwork, and it's very intimidating going to a
Right.
country like China. You have
And
to
do the
carry
research on it. Know
oh
where
my
to
God,
stay.
you have to carry your passport with you everywhere.
Was
Like you
there,
have to
like-
be ready.
I don't know what like money system they use, but like was it different?
That's one thing. Oh yes, it's very different. So in Japan, you can use your card and stuff.
Okay.
But in China, they only use Alipay and WeChat.
Okay.
So Alipay is like an app, and I just put my credit card on it.
Okay.
And then, or on WeChat is basically like, they have like everything on there. It's like texting, calling, like it's like a social media, like you can scan. Everything is like on a QR code that you just like scan through the WeChat app. Like
Wow.
everything, the way I would describe it there is like their technology is so futuristic.
Wow.
It's
That's
very,
insane.
it's really cool. So yeah, like menus or whatever, like if you go to pay, like anytime you would buy something at a shop, you just scan their like Alipay or WeChat thing and pay.
And
That's
it
how you pay.
pays. Wow, that's insane.
So like, yeah, they know what I did there. They know the air that I breathed, like
Yeah.
everything.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
They know everything about you.
And it's actually really interesting. Like hopefully China doesn't like see this video and block it. It's just a different world, and I'm really glad that I got to experience it.
Insane.
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 Yeah.
That's one big peach.
Yeah. It was
With a small pit. Wow. Go us for living.
yes.
We took a break to live some life.
Exactly. And that's okay.
Should we get on to slay support?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So what was our slay support question this week?
Our slay support submission today that we're going to talk about. Someone left us, how do you deal with seeing someone you hate? How do you take the... Sorry, let me restart that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I've been reading it wrong this whole time. So this is me
okay.
reading it right for the first time ever.
Okay.
How do you deal with seeing someone you hate? How do you take the high road instead of reacting? It wasn't like one or the other.
Okay.
Do you hate anyone before we get into this? Because I have a hard time hating people.
I don't hate anyone right now.
Like I have a hard time using that word
But
towards people. You know what I mean?
I have hated somebody. I did EMDR therapy, and it's basically like, I don't know, like you can look up EMDR therapy, but it's basically like talked
Like
about it
EDM,
before.
right?
EDM.
Therapy, what?
But it's a form of therapy, and I did it. And I don't hate people anymore. I think I used to, and I think I used to hold a lot of hate towards other people. And I think that's just a part of like growing up and growing out of like holding hatred for people when you can just have like forgiveness and
Right. And like the peace. Let's bring the peace
the
back.
peace,
Um,
exactly.
I agree. I I don't really get mad or hate people often. Like, it takes a lot for me to like feel aggression or like hatred or like just mad. Like driving, like I
Yeah.
don't get road rage. Like, it takes a lot in me to feel that way.
Well, I'm not like
But
that.
if I were to like have a falling out with a friend or like ended a relationship on a bad note and then see that person later, I think my route with, and I don't know if this is the right route, but just mind my own business. I don't need to say hi to them.
Yeah.
They don't need to say hi to me. We can go about, you know, we can just go about it.
Okay, well, like here's an example. If I like ran into, someone in my past
Yeah.
that I really highly dislike, I would just take the high road and say hello
Yeah.
because you never know where you're going to find people in life.
Right. Like, I mean, it doesn't hurt to say hi, but if you are still feeling like just not ready to be with, like, around that person still and you see them out, I don't think you have to say hi unless, like, those feelings are gone.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go say hi and then start something and make it worse, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. I mean, I think like,
I think if enough time has gone
yeah.
on where you are finally at peace with whatever happened, then definitely say hi. Like, you don't know how
Yes.
they've changed. You've changed.
Yeah.
But if you're still having those feelings, I think it's just best to mind your own business.
Right.
Like,
And walk
don't let
away.
it affect you.
Yeah.
Still have a good time wherever you are. And just, like you are strangers with that person at that point.
Yeah.
You might as well just keep it that way.
Love someone from afar and
Right.
you can wish someone the best and not, like just do what's best for you. If you don't want to greet them, don't. If you want to walk away and just like, you should mind your business if that's what's going to be best for
Right.
you. So,
Slay sport.
slay support.
Hopefully that's supported. Yeah, our first little things of 2025.
Woo!
I almost said 4 because I'm not used to it yet.
2025.
What's your little thing? Do you have one? Bring it
Yeah,
on.
I went on an ice skating date this
Aw,
weekend.
how exciting.
It was fun.
I can't ice skate.
Yeah, I got tired pretty
I
quick.
feel like my
but
ankles would just hurt. Like, I've tried it before and I just cried the whole time.
yeah, I like ice skated when I was younger.
I feel like you look like you would, and you also look like you'd rollerblade. So
Yeah, I've rollerbladed too.
I probably look like
I love ice
I
skating.
I
Yeah.
don't give rollerblader.
No, you don't.
No.
But yeah, I loved it. It was lots of fun. It's fun to just like go and be a tourist in your own city.
Well, I always think about this all the time. I still live in the suburbs, but like for my friends that live in Chicago, like, they're doing the whole thing. Like, I'm like so restless that I would
Yeah.
be doing something all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I look at them and I'm like, why aren't you doing something this weekend? And like, obviously
Yeah.
you should take a break here and there, but like,
Yeah.
if I lived there, I'd be like fully like always busy.
I know. I'm like, I
always
want to
do.
do something. Obviously, yeah, like when
And
it's
Chicago's
summer.
huge, and there's so many little places.
I know.
And yeah, the summer's gonna be
I
so
can't wait.
great.
I can't wait.
One of my favorite things I did last summer, one of my friends asked me, she asked me to jump in the river at 6 a.m. It was like
Wow.
it was just like a meditation cold plunge thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that
You know
because
what? Hell
I
yeah.
can do that. Like, we're so fortunate to be living here. Like, and especially lately with everything going on in the world,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to live near Chicago, and like also with like as big as I am in like the music scene, like I'm like so grateful that I live here because
Yeah.
Chicago's great.
Yes.
Like, they
Chicago's
have-
the best city in
They
the
have
world.
great music, great shows, like, and there's always something to do in Chicago.
I will always be the biggest Chicago advocate.
I don't know how you couldn't be.
Always.
Like,
I will always live in Chicago.
I have a hard time when I visit other cities
Yeah.
because I'm just like, but this isn't Chicago. Like, every time. Every time.
The only city that I have visited that I will say is better than Chicago is Vancouver.
Okay, I haven't
That's it.
even thought about Canada.
That's it.
Maybe that's where
I
I'll go.
haven't been to New York, but I wouldn't I wouldn't think that New
I
York
spent a
is
day
better
in
than
New York
Chicago.
and it was bad weather, so maybe I need to go back.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything crazy.
I'm sure it's just a bigger Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I probably need to spend more than a day there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was just too crowded.
Yeah, like
I couldn't
Chicago's
really
just
enjoy it.
a good size.
I went to go get a
too.
bagel and I had to eat it on the street because there was no anywhere to sit because there's so many people.
Ugh.
Like, we couldn't even find a park to sit in. We sat on the street to eat a bagel, which was pretty
And
good.
don't they have like garbage all over their street?
Yeah, and it smells. I mean, Chicago smells, but it smells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your little thing?
My little thing, I feel like I could say a million things because
know.
it's been like so long since we recorded. But this week I went to a show on a Wednesday night, and honestly, it's going to have to be my little thing because the people performing I've been a fan of for like over a year. They're not from America.
Yeah.
So this was their first time ever in Chicago. They're from
Okay.
France. And it was just the best because I've been such a big fan. And they're so small. So it was like kind of intimate and like they were right there and I touched them, like, you know. And when I went to go buy merch, the people like selling the merch were their friends. So they had these accents.
Aww.
And that's why I asked you about the pay, because when I went to pay them, in my bank account it has like the French symbol instead of the dollar sign. I don't know what it is,
A
pound or
euro,
something.
a
Euro?
pound,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm so
I
done
don't
with that
know.
stuff. I thought France was in the UK before
Oh, God.
Wednesday, but like I don't know. That's why I asked you that because I thought it was so cool. And
Yeah.
I'm like talking to them. I'm like, like, because we were like giggling together. So I'm like, oh, we're friends. I'm like, I love your guys' accents. They're like, yeah, we're French. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I go, I know. I'm a big fan. And they start speaking in French to each other and laughing. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
But yeah, and then like I couldn't get my card to go through on their thing, and I'm like, let me try a different card, and they're like, yeah, it's your card. They're blaming me, but it was their weird system. I was
Yeah.
like, oh. But whatever. I thought that was so cool, and I had so much fun. And honestly, like my other thing would be like, I'm really enjoying the people I'm around lately.
Yeah.
And that's like such a good feeling after the war I went through last year. Like I literally went through war with the people in my life.
Yeah.
And I am finally like
Yes.
excited to like see people, and it's not like it's something I dread.
Yeah.
Which sounds so awful, but like it's a real thing. Like you really do have to learn, like you shouldn't spend time with people who make you feel that way, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I had the best time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
that's my little
glad.
thing.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to 2025.
Yeah, we're excited.
We're excited to
There's
pod
a
in
whole 11 months
2025.
left of it.
Yeah.
It's scary that it's already going by so fast.
And plenty more guests to come.
yeah, who do you guys want to see on Stan Slay?
I think like we definitely want to like figure out our trajectory of like where we can go and
Yeah.
who can like speak to mental health and make the world a
I
better
feel
place with
like
us.
We should set our own goals.
Yeah,
you know?
we should.
I feel like we should have a lot more guests than last year. I feel like
Oh yeah,
I enjoy the guest episodes.
me too.
Like I enjoy this too, but like
yeah, but these
I
should be
enjoy,
more like
the
check-ins.
excitement behind like who are they gonna bring to the channel? Like
Exactly.
because it is like we want to make this more of like
A
like,
community.
a community.
Yeah.
And that like every time we have a guest on, it's like it feels like we're all coming together.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I like that feeling a lot.
So
What do you
please
guys like? Let us know.
hang out with us.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Mwah.
Should we close it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for watching Stay
And Slay.
with Mel.
And Chrissy.
And as always, stay vibrant.
Mwah.
Mwah.